Professional, welcome to the explainer, so let's jump right in. Curious, have you ever looked at someone with a shredded six-pack and just automatically assumed, wow, they are the absolute picture of perfect health? Serious? Well, today we're going to completely shatter that illusion. Confident. Using our source data, we're going to uncover what your body is actually trying to tell you. Warm, the stuff that goes way beyond what you see in the gym mirror. Serious, 60%. Just let that sink in for a second. Serious, according to the data, 60% of elite endurance athletes actually suffer from overtraining syndrome. Curious, think about it. Confident. They might look absolutely incredible on the outside, right? Energetic, rocking that super low body fat, practically able to run for miles without breaking a sweat. Serious, but inside their systems are completely overwhelmed and frankly, unhealthy. Curious. Now, what's really interesting about this contrast is the massive disconnect. Serious, as a society, we are constantly obsessing over aesthetic fitness. Professional, we're talking six-pack abs, your bench press max, your best mile time. Serious, but here's the catch. Confident. True internal health is actually measured by functional biological indicators. Things like your digestion, the quality of your sleep, and how well your nervous system functions. Serious, because let's be real, your bench press max doesn't tell you a single thing about whether your cells are actually thriving. Professional, so here's our roadmap for today's explainer. Confident, we'll cover the fitness illusion, the foundation, the engine, resilience and recovery, the exterior, and finally, we'll calculate your true health score. Professional, section 1, the foundation. Professional, we're looking at your nervous system and sleep. Warm. Now, as we go through these next few indicators, I want you to start keeping a mental tally of how many you actually exhibit. Friendly and hey, be honest with yourself. Professional, let's start with your parasympathetic nervous system. Calm. Basically, this is the network that allows your body to shift from stress mode into rest mode, which gives you that nice baseline feeling of calm. Serious. But if your nervous system is constantly stressed out, it keeps your cortisol levels sky high, completely ruining that calm baseline. Curious, and you know how that physically shows up? Serious. Morning stiffness. Yeah, serious. If you wake up groaning, feeling like your joints literally forgot how to work overnight, well, that's widespread inflammation. Confident. A truly healthy body wakes up, maybe stretches for like 10 seconds, and is just ready to move normally. Curious. So question for you, how long does it actually take you to fall asleep? Professional. Ideally, it should take somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. Serious. If you're hitting the pillow and falling asleep instantly, you aren't a sleep champion. Serious? Actually, scratch that. Serious? You're probably heavily sleep deprived. Serious. On the flip side, if you're tossing and turning for an hour, your nervous system essentially feels like it's under active threat, and it just refuses to shut off. Professional. Let's move to section 2 and see how this builds the engine, metabolism, and gut health. Professional. This is where we really look at how your body processes fuel and manages your daily energy levels. Curious. Let's talk about insulin resistance. Serious. It's a metabolic state where your blood sugar spikes and then drops super rapidly. Warm, be honest. Curious, do you need a nap right after lunch? Serious. Because if you are practically passed out at your desk, fighting just to stay awake 30 minutes after eating, your blood sugar just spiked and crashed. Serious. That massive energy crash, that's your body practically screaming at you to balance your macronutrients and stop treating your pancreas like it's invincible. Professional. A really crucial metric for your engine is the number 1 to 2. Professional, specifically, the absolute necessity of having 1 to 2 daily bowel movements. Serious. If you're going less than 3 times a week, the research shows that waste is just sitting there too long, and toxins literally start piling up in your bloodstream. Serious. It ferments, those byproducts leak out, and that severely overworks your kidneys because they have to filter all of it out. Confident. Regular daily movement means your digestive engine is actually doing its job. Professional. Moving right along to section 3, resilience and recovery, immunity and heart. Serious. You see, true health isn't just about how you feel on a perfectly calm, sunny day. Confident. It's really measured by how effectively your bodily systems bounce back from acute stress. Warm, look, getting a bug once or twice a year totally normal. Serious. But if you are catching literally every single illness that goes around, or if just a standard cold turns into an absolute week-long disaster for you, it means your body's defense system is exhausted. Serious. Your T cells and NK cells are basically running on fumes, and that's usually because of chronic stress, a lack of sleep, or overtraining. Serious. Your immune cells are just too tired to care anymore. Curious. Now here is a super fascinating way to test your resilience for yourself. Professional. It's called the heart rate recovery test. Confident? Here's what you do. Professional. You finish a hard training session, you check your pulse immediately, wait exactly 1 minute, and then check it again. Professional. This procedural test reveals in real time if your autonomic nervous system can actually shift from a fight or flight mode back into a resting state. Serious. So the crucial point here is the number 12. Confident. In that 1 minute of waiting, your heart rate absolutely must drop by at least 12 beats. Serious. Why? Serious. Well, because the data shows that if it drops by 12 beats or less, that is an actual mortality predictor. Serious. No joke. Serious. If your heart can't slow down after exercise, it basically means it doesn't know how to calm down during the other 23 hours of the day either. Professional. Let's shift gears to section 4, the exterior, physicality, and nutrients. Professional. These are the visible external indicators of your internal health. Warm. And remember, these specific signs might not get you a ton of likes on social media, but they are the true predictors of your long-term well-being. Serious. There is a massive difference between clear skin and a literal internal war. Serious. Constant acne well past your teenage years. That usually points to a hormonal chaos or cortisol just running wild. Serious. Dry. Fleeky skin often means low nutrient absorption. Serious. And random eczema flare-ups? That means your immune system is completely overreacting. Confident. Clear skin doesn't mean you need some crazy complicated 12-step beauty routine. Confident? It actually reflects internal harmony and a balanced diet. Curious? Check this out. Serious. If you are under 40 but you're moving around like you are 70, you've got a major issue. Serious? Your body is dangerously overcompensating. Serious? Weak glutes are making your lower back scream in pain, and tight hip flexors are pulling your pelvis completely out of alignment. Serious? It's like your body is practically begging for mobility work before something literally tears. Warm. You know, your body is incredibly smart. Serious. When resources are scarce, maybe due to high stress or a nutrient deficiency, it immediately cuts funding to non-essential growth. Professional. Things like your hair and nails. Serious. It does this to prioritize pure survival over aesthetics. Confident. So if your nails are strong and your hair is growing rapidly, it's a great sign. Confident. It means you have excellent circulation and your body actually has biological resources to spare. Warm. I just have to share this fantastic quote from our source material. Friendly. He jokes about his own hair, saying, "I'm healthy but I'm bald on purpose." Friendly can't afford to distract you with a majestic hairstyle. Warm, I love that. Warm, it's such a tasteful, funny reminder not to take aesthetics as your only measure of health. Friendly. Oh, and he also mentions this quirky little detail. Curious. If you have incredibly healthy nails, apparently some people sell photos of them online. Friendly, I mean, it's a strange hustle for sure, but hey, it absolutely proves the point about having healthy biological resources. Professional, all right, final segment, section 5, your true health score, tally your results. Professional, and this brilliantly illustrates the final scoring metric from our source data. Professional, so tally it up. Confident, if you counted 7 or more signs, awesome. Confident, your body is healthy and working exactly as it should. Professional, if you landed in the 4 to 6 range, you're about average, but some of your bodily systems clearly need your attention. Serious, and if you scored 3 or less, well, those are serious warning signs. Warm, I really want you to reflect honestly on your own final tally today. Serious, start fixing those habits now before something truly breaks. Professional. Now, if you're looking to improve that biological score, the source provides some very specific advice right here. Professional, the jump rope fix. Confident research actually shows that just 10 minutes a day improves multiple health signs on our list. Confident, it enhances your heart rate recovery just as much as 30 minutes of running. Professional, The source specifically highlights the cross-rope system because it lets you seamlessly swap heavy and light ropes instantly as you're learning. Professional, and exactly as stated in the source, you can use the code YELLOWDUDE for 15% off if you want to try it out. Warm, honestly, it's just an incredibly efficient way to tackle multiple bodily metrics all at once. Curious? To wrap things up, I want to leave you with this somewhat provocative question. Curious, how does your body function when nobody's watching? Serious. Because at the end of the day, true health simply isn't visible in gym mirrors or filtered social media photos. Confident, it's entirely about how your nervous system rests, how your gut digests, and how your heart recovers. Warm? So take some time to evaluate your internal biology today, fix those hidden habits, and start building the kind of health that truly lasts. Warm, thanks so much for exploring this explainer with me.